Welcome to Costa Travels. Here. I hope you like my new little beginning here, my new little logo. So you can see, there I am, in a little broken down car, but I'm pushing. Here we are in the Grand Canyon. Beautiful. Like I said, I've been here like about 3 or 4 times. Always enjoyed coming here. First time I came here, I went to the wrong side, which is really not the wrong side, but I went to the north side, which is I even stayed in one of those cabins that burned about a month ago. But then it was beautiful. It still was pretty out there. I didn't know much about the Grand Canyon, so I listened to my GPS, and somehow I ended up on the north side of the Grand Canyon. But no, I found out that there's a south side to the Grand Canyon, so I went around. I don't know, maybe about I'd say 50, 60 miles. Not that far, but to go from the north side to the south side. This is the south side. This is the south side of the Grand Canyon. Once I made it here, I decided to tent out. This was about 4 or 5 years ago, even a little longer. And I was setting up my tent, and I ran into a tarantula, pesky little thing. So what I did, I decided to just scare it away. I don't want to hurt the little tarantula. They're kind of pretty, and they're pretty nice. They're normally never bother you. But I had to shoo it away, so I had to kick some dirt on it, and it got mad at me. So it kind of sprung this little feet, and it acted like it wanted to attack me. So I just gave it a good little kick, and off it went. And I set up my tent. That was the beginning of my tent, setting up the tent here at the Grand Canyon. And the next day, I decided to go down to see how far I could travel down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. So there I was hiking down the Grand Canyon. Bunch of people. You see people all over the place. They're walking up, they're walking down. Just amazing. And I ran into this elderly lady, which was about 80 some years old, and she was humping it. She was coming up and she gave me inspiration that I can do it. She went all the way to the bottom, and she came back up. But sad to say, I didn't make it to the bottom. I don't know how far I got down, maybe 3 miles, two and a half. Didn't make it all the way down, so it's getting dark, so I decided to come back up. Oh man, but was I exhausted. And on my way down, I had the backpack, and I had peanuts, and I had a little sandwich in case I get hungry, and something to drink, and I had all the stuff. And I set my backpack just to go out towards the ledge and go feel the view. And when I came back, one of those little squirrels or chipmunks, I don't know, are they squirrels or chipmunks? I don't know, they look the same to me, but had gotten into my backpack and stole my peanuts. And I had one of those flatter peanut little capsules, but that didn't stop him. He opened that up and he started munching away on those peanuts. Oh, was I upset, I needed that, they're like meat, the peanuts, and they give you protein, so I got upset with the chipmunk, but what can I do? At least he saved me some. He didn't eat them all, so I managed to save some of my, and in the chipmunk or the squirrel didn't get to my food. So I was excited, so went down. Like I said, I had water, and I had some peanuts, and I had like a egg sandwich, some sandwich like that. Beautiful, the view was just gorgeous, and I'll keep coming back every chance I get. When I pass through Williams and I come back up north, I just to even take a walk. It's only about 20 miles from here to Williams, Arizona, and take a walk and enjoy the view. Just an enjoyable sight every time. Next time I might even go to the west side of the Grand Canyon. The only thing I think they charge for you to get on that ledge and that overview, that they charge for that, so I don't know. But still, I might try it. Look at this view. It's a straight shot down. Yeah, right here from the edge. So the next time I came, they even have showers here. They have showers at the campsite. You can even set up a little fire. I guess it depends on what time of year or what, but and you can cook. And I didn't even know there was a town right next to the Grand Canyon. That's why I would cook my food and rough it up. And then to find out that there's a town right next to it with McDonald's and all those restaurants right next to it. But what can I say? Live and learn. So there is a town next to it. I believe it's called Grand Canyon City, but I forgot. I don't know what the name of that. But that time I went down, and then when I came up again, I'm very tired. I'm just out of shape. Should be hiking, being so out of shape. So I decided, I was kind of tired, so I was trying to grab they have buses you can grab a bus to take you back to the campsite. So I was so tired, I wanted to get to a bus, and there was a deer, or I think it was a deer. It was no moose. I wouldn't be tackling a moose, Look at this. This guy poses for a picture here. Well, tell me, is it a chipmunk or is it a squirrel? You tell me. Please put it in the comments. Is it a squirrel? I can't tell the difference. Anyway, I was on my way I was so tired and sore that on my way to the bus, this deer got in my way. I don't know why he was just standing there and blocking the way to the bus, and so I had to push it out of the way. Stupid me, I never understand this, but yeah, I'll never forget that one too. I had an incident with the deer. Like I said, you can meet all kind of animals. I've never seen like a coyote, or I've never seen. Oh, they tell me these birds are loud. They woke me up. They every morning. They start screaming every morning. But this guy doesn't look too big. But man, they have big mouths. I think you can hear them a little bit here. They're beautiful, right? I think they're crows, ravens. Again, if you help with the comments, you can tell me what kind of bird this is. How beautiful. Okay. Always will come back, and as long as I come this way and I go back to Vegas, I will stop, check out the Grand Canyon. What a nice day, right? I picked a good day to come to see it. I remember the very, very first time with me and the family were trying to get to the Grand Canyon. It was the winter, and there was snow all over the place. And so they told us, no, you can't travel to the Grand Canyon because there's too much snow, and we'll get stuck. So that was back in the 70s, I believe, and I didn't get to see it. I didn't get to see the Grand Canyon because of all the snow they had. But I believe nowadays that they have such a good plows and equipment that I'm sure you can make it back to the Grand Canyon if there's a need to it with snow. Has anybody seen the Grand Canyon with snow? I think I would love to see it covered with snow and be a different sight. Not as enjoyable as the summers, and it never seems to be too hot here. I'm sure it's hot, but it doesn't seem like it gets very hot. So I live in hot places anyway. I live in Texas, where it gets pretty hot, and hundreds of degrees, and then I lived in Nevada. The only place I never really felt the heat was in California. California always seems to be the temperatures. The weather's always very nice. Yeah. Let me know if you people saying I talk too much here. Yeah. Can you believe that they have a book? They have a book here at the store here at the place where the Grand Canyon sells books and literature. They have above how the people have fallen to their death. Can't believe that. There's quite a few people that get too careless and get real close to the edge, and it's not a good outcome for them. Like, look at this guy. I don't know if that rock will give away, but I don't know if I get that close. But they have a book of all the different people that have lost their lives getting too close to the edge, or getting too daring and try to climb some of those huge rocks. I see a lot of people climbing up and down those rocks. But, well, maybe if I was in better shape, I'd be dumb enough to be climbing and trying to crawl through everything. They do if you do make it down here, and if I believe they, on the way back up, they have donkeys. They have donkeys. If you get too tired, you can get on a donkey, and they'll bring you back up. Donkeys are very sure-footed, and so you can travel back up with a donkey. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know if a donkey can carry me, but hey, talking about donkeys, I'm gonna take you to a little town here in I think it's Arizona. Yeah, Arizona. Over there by what do you call it, town? Kingman. Near Kingman, there's a little town with a bunch of donkeys. I'm gonna take you to that town in one of my next episodes. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. Telling you, just stuck around on the south side, or you can take a train here. There's a train ride to go from Williams to here. There's a train. You can travel by train. You can travel by car. Travel by bus. There's a bunch of different ways to get to the Grand Canyon. And like I said, you can even want to stay in a hotel. There's a town next to the Grand Canyon, which you can stay there in a hotel, and you don't have to rough it up. Tent out. This is a little walk. This is where I would really just love to just come in and walk and do a mile, 2 miles, and just to enjoy the view. Look at this. I mean, almost every video is like a photograph. So like you can't miss. Every video you shoot, it's just another photograph that, like a still picture, but it's on video. Look at the clouds, the silhouette of the clouds down there. Well, I hope you enjoyed the visit. Come back, and don't forget Costa Travel, and subscribe. Bye-bye.